I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Why was there a ban on eating pork in the Bible? You know, one of the things that Jesus often did is he answered a question with a question. So let me ask a question. Why does the Bible in the Old Testament ban you mixing fibers in your clothing? Again, when we go back to these Old Testament laws, okay, I think the book of Galatians kind of clears this up for us. The purpose of the Old Testament law was to be a schoolmaster. Now, that's a beautiful illustration. Why? Because it doesn't matter what grade somebody's in at school. They could be in elementary school, high school. They could be in postdoctoral studies. The role of a schoolmaster, an instructor, a teacher, a professor, a textbook, anything that's involved in education, the whole purpose is not to affirm where you're right, but to show you where you fail or you fall short. Hence, in the Old Testament, all of these Old Testament laws they never made anybody righteous. What they did is they demonstrated to them where they fell short and how they desperately needed their faith to be in God and not their deeds, religious acts, etc. So, going back to the original question, why did God say don't eat pork? A couple angles here. Number one, because God said so. Okay. Number two, there's been some evidence that it's not the cleanest of animals, and it actually protected the Jewish people back in the day before they had penicillin and a host of other medical advancements. Now, all that being said, I like to use this illustration in closing. In Exodus 25, God has his people build the sanctuary. It says the curtains are to be made of blue and purple, certain materials. And at the end of the day, did that make it quote unquote more holy? No. God is the schoolmaster. He is giving instructions, and whether we understand it or not, he has a reason for doing so. Why did he not have them blend the materials in their clothing? Because he was using it to say they should not be blending with other faiths and idolatry. Why should they not eat pork? Because that which is an unclean animal, they should not have uncleanliness in their life. These were all life lessons preparing humanity for the Messiah, whom we know as Jesus Christ. The law, not eating pork, did not make one righteous. It actually illustrated we are not righteous, and that's why we need God's righteousness through Jesus Christ. Great question. If you have one, send to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question be tomorrow's. Thank you so much for being a part of our daily question here at the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. I want to encourage you on a few things. Number one, if you have a question to ask, submit it to AskJeff.net. Eventually, we'll get around to your question. Secondly, we'd encourage you to subscribe. That way, each and every day, Monday through Friday, you get a reminder of our question of the day. And last but not least, I want to remind you that on Wednesday evenings, live at First Baptist Church of Opelika, FBCOpelika.com, we do a solid hour of Ask Jeff where we dig into the questions more than just 60 or 90 seconds. Sometimes it would take the entire hour. All that being said, AskJeff.net is where you submit a question to this channel each and every day, Monday through Friday.